8 is Profit, and number 9 is Ackerman.
Sounds good. All right, thank you. All right, good evening. Welcome here to Game 2 of our doubleheader. We're going to get right into things. We're going to get started here as Scott City is warming up here. Let's get to your starting lineups presented once again by Security State Bank. For Garden City here in Game 2, it'll be Jonathan Almanza leading things off, the second baseman. Jacoby Rathbun will be the shortstop batting second. Drew Strecker, the center fielder, batting third. Colton Plankenhorn, the third baseman, batting fourth. Their pitchers, Gavin Wells, batting fifth. Ryder Plankenhorn will be the DH, batting sixth. Gio Benitez will be at first, batting seventh. Dominic Profit, or no, that's not right. And batting eighth.
For Garden City,
And batting ninth will be Ackerman, who will be in right field. Who's batting eight hole for them.
8 for them.
Profit. Okay. Yep, I was right. I got that right. Dominic Profit will be the catcher, batting eighth. And your first pitch, it's in there for a called strike. And that is for pitcher Aaron Radke for Jonathan Almanza. So we'll get to your Scott City's lineup here in a moment. The 0-1, that time low, ball 1-1-1. Jonathan Almanza had a pretty good start to game one of the day here of this doubleheader in game 1. Get his stuff up here in a moment. He went 2 for 2 with walk and 3 RBI and 3 runs scored. Takes a strike, and the count is at 1-2. Ball 2 strikes. Pitcher Aaron Radke, the freshman for Scott City. And that one right back up the middle. If Radke doesn't duck, he gets drilled. And a leadoff single here. As we've noticed here today, Garden City hits the ball pretty hard here. And a leadoff single.
Leadoff single for Almanza. That brings up Rathbun, Strecker on deck.
Almanza there, and that'll bring up Jacoby Rathbun, who had a 2-run home run in the first inning in game 1, part of his 3-hit day, and drove in quite a few runs as well, and he'll take that pitch missing for a ball. He had 3 RBI and 4 hits in game 1, including that 2-run home run. So far this year for Aaron Radke, the freshman, he's gone 8 1/3 innings this year, 1-1 record, 9 runs, 7 earned, 9 hits, 11 strikeouts, 9 walks as he gets this one to fly in the air to center field. A diving effort for Yuli Armendariz, not able to get it, and this is going to be trouble as it rolls all the way back to the fence. Rounding third is Almanza. Rounding third and holding up with a triple is going to be Rathbun, and it is 1-0 Garden City with no outs here in the top of the first. That one, he gave it a good ride, and Yuli Armendariz playing in center field tried to make a good effort at a diving catch, but unable to, and that one just rolled all the way back to the fence, and it's 1-0 Garden City with nobody out here at the top of the first for Drew Strecker.
Nobody out.
So Rathbun at third, Strecker your batter. He in game 1, Strecker went 1 for 4. Pitch misses up for a ball. It's 1-0 your score. The Scott City lineup, it's Avery Radke, he'll be the catcher. Aaron Radke, pitcher. Miller Contreras at first. Spencer Kramer at shortstop. This is the grounder. This will be back up the middle for a base hit. And it's 2-0 as that goes by. Easton Eisenhower is playing at second. So RBI single by Strecker makes it 2-0 Garden City, top of the first. And nobody out here for the cleanup hitter, Colton Plankenhorn, the third baseman. Plankenhorn at third, or as a catcher in game 1, he went 1 for 3 with 2 runs driven in and a walk. Throw back to first, Strecker in there safely. But it's 2-0 Garden City. Nobody out and runner at first here in the top of the first. Also the rest of your lineup after Kramer. Now they got a rundown between first and second. Oh, it hit the the runner between first and second, popped up as Eisenhower made the catch, but Strecker in safe. Oh, they had an opportunity for a gun down between first and second, but threw it down the line of where Strecker was running, and he's in to second, and no pitch thrown yet to Colton Plankenhorn. This is all why I was trying to tell you who the batting order was after Kramer. That pitch misses for a ball. It's now 1-0 for Colton Plankenhorn. So after Spencer Kramer, who's at shortstop here in game 2, it's Tegan Feely at third, Easton Eisenhower at second. Batting 7th is the center fielder Yuli Armendariz. Junior Mesa is in right field batting 8th, and Chasten Berry in left field batting 9th. That pitch taken for a called strike by Plankenhorn. The count is at 1-1. 2-0 already Garden City, top of the first. 1 on and nobody out. Pitch misses away, 2-1. So, really, Radke coming in here, the freshman, for the first time this year with kind of a pressure situation here. 2-1 pitch misses 3-1, where he's kind of got the start here, and they've kind of teed off on him early on. It's now 3-1 here, and you wonder if that kind of shakes that pitch misses for ball 4, and now there's 2 on and nobody out here for Gavin Wells, who's the pitcher as well for Garden City in game 2. He had driven in 3 runs. He had a sacrifice fly and a 2-run single in that game opener, where Garden City won in 5 innings, 14-4. Wells takes a strike right down the middle. Count is at 0-1. 2 on, nobody out here. Here at the top of the first, and 2-0 Garden City. They have Strecker at second, Colton Plankenhorn at first for the Buffs. Plankenhorn, a senior. That pitch, chopped foul. He reached down below the knees for that one. It's 0-2. So that was the 15th pitch of the inning for Aaron Radke. 0-2 count here for Gavin Wells. As Radke works from the stretch to lefty, throws to the righty. That one gets away from the catcher, Avery, and the runners will advance 90 feet on the bases, and it's 1-2. So on to third is Strecker, and on to second is Plankenhorn. Ball and 2 strikes. And that pitch is going to be spoiled foul. And we remain at a ball and 2 strikes here. Gavin Wells batting the 5 hole, nobody out. Radke trying to get that elusive first out here at the top of the first. The freshman pitcher on the bump for the Beavers here in game 2. The 1-2. Oh, just missed low and in. It's 2-2. That was a good spot by Aaron, but Wells didn't bite on it. Pitch right back up the middle, base hit, and that's going to bring home 2 in, and it's going to be 4-0 here, and still no outs recorded as the throw comes in, and it's 4-0. Plankenhorn and Strecker score off the 2-run single by Gavin Wells, and it's 4-0 here without an out recorded here in the top of the first. And that'll bring in Ryder Plankenhorn, the DH.
Ryder Plankenhorn, the batter. Benitez on deck, drop it in the hole.
Wells is at Wells at first. And Radke delivers a pitch, misses high, trying to the curveball or breaking ball in there, but misses 1-0. So we're already to the 6th batter of the inning, and Scott City Jets recording out here in game 2. Aaron brings home the 1-0. That one's fouled off. It's 1-1 by the freshman Ryder Plankenhorn. So 2 freshmen battling here in game 2.
Teammates in the summer.
Yeah, yep, teammates. Yes, in the summer I think was that Titans team. Yep. That pitch just misses low and in, and it's got that wrong. It's now 2-1. 2 balls and a strike here for the freshman Ryder Plankenhorn, who's a DH in game 2. He started at third and finished the game out on the mound in game 1 and takes a pitch high, 3-1. And you got to wonder if Radke has been a little rattled here, making this start here. 3-1 count, and here's a soft liner just over the jumping efforts of Spencer Kramer, and that's into center field, and base hit there for Ryder Plankenhorn. Here in the top of the first, 2 on and nobody out. Gio Benitez is your batter. Benitez in game 1, he went 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. 2 on, nobody out, top of the first, and he goes for the fences, swings and misses, foul tip, caught by the catcher, and it's 0-1. Good comeback pitch by Aaron Radke. Now is at 25 pitches, and he only has 50 left to be eligible for Tuesday. And that one reaching for one and fouling it off is Benitez, and he's quickly down in the hole, 0-2. Wells is at second, Plankenhorn at first. Garden City 4 runs on 5 hits here in the top of the first, and yet to record an out, 0-2. Until there, a punch out for called strike 3 for out number 1.
Call strike 3,
Good
full away.
fastball on the inside part.
Ackerman on deck, Almanzi in the hole.
1 out, 2 on for Dominic Profit, your catcher, here in game 2. Did not play in game 1. Profit comes in here. The senior, the 091 batting average, grounds this one to Kramer. He'll go to second for 1, and that's going to be the only out they'll get, as Eisenhower unable to pull the ball out of his glove there on the exchange. A 6-4 fielder's choice for out number 2, runners on the corners.
And
that'll bring up Ackerman. So Kramer and Eisenhower force out Plankenhorn at second. Profit safe at first for Ethan Ackerman. Ackerman in that 9-hole in game 1 went 1 for 3, 2 runs scored, an RBI and a walk. 4-0 Garden City here, top of the first. Runners on the corners, 2 away as the runners take their lead off the bases. Radke works from the stretch and the pitch. Pitch is up high for ball 1. Want to know your count for the 9-hole hitter Ethan Ackerman as the Buffs have batted around here in the top of the first. Beautiful evening here at the park. Now they got runner picked up between first and second, and they did tag him out. Did Contreras, as Profit was trying to chase or head off to second. So Ackerman will lead off for Garden City in the top of the second. But the Buffs with 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors. They leave 1 after half an inning. It's Garden City 4, Sky City coming to bats. So we'll come back in 1 minute. This is Beaver Baseball.
Is this the second time? In the first game, did a brother pitch to brother?
Yep.
And now we've got a brother
Yeah.
pitch to brother. And now this is the second week in a row that we've had that because
That's right.
Lakin had that. Was it Lakin? Who
Er,
did we just play here at home on Friday?
Bases loaded for Scott City. Nobody out in the bottom of the first, trailing 4-0, and an opportunity to get a ribby here or two. And Kramer swings and misses on the first pitch, and it's 0-1. As Wells blows a fastball by him. But right now in the 3A regional standings coming into today, Russell Victoria, they're at 14-0, and they have a pretty sound team. Beloit right now sitting at number 2. That pitch misses high. It's 1-1, and they split, I believe, with Southeast of Saline yesterday. Ellis Quinter and Colby are tied for third. Yeah, Ellis Quinter, they bump up to 3A because their enrollment, combined 1A and 2A, gives them a number for 3A enrollment. Them and Colby are 10-4. Colby's at Lakin today. They won their first game, I believe. And Holcomb 12-6, Cimarron 10-6. That pitch missed 2-1. And Wells has 2-1 pitch inside 3-1. So Kramer with an opportunity here to take a pitch. Wells has nowhere to put Kramer as the bases are loaded and nobody out, so he has a must strike to throw here. Wells is 3-1. Oh, low and away. It's an RBI walk, and Scott City's on the board. They have the tying run at first with nobody out here in the bottom of the first. Avery Radke will score. Aaron Radke trots to third. Amelia Contreras to second. So it's been an error, a hit, and a walk here in this inning. I think that 2 walks in this inning. And that brings in Tegan Feely, the senior third baseman. Bases loaded, nobody out, a run in for Scott City here in the bottom of the first. Tegan Feely went 0 for 3 in game 1, but made up for it with his glove work over at third base. This is pitch number 18 of the inning. That's in the dirt. It's going to be passed ball, and scoring from third is going to be Aaron Radke, and Scott City has cut the deficit in half. It's 4-2. And Contreras to third, Kramer to second for Scott City. The tying run now stands at scoring position with nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning. So the Beavers now have 2 runs on 1 hit in this bottom of the first inning. And a 1-0 count here for Tegan Feely with first base open. Wells looks over at third, pitch in for a called strike, fastball down the middle. It's 1-1. Emilio Contreras at third, Spencer Kramer, the potential tying run at second. Nobody out in the bottom of the first. That's Garden City 4, Scott City 2 here in game 2. The pitch is 1-1, fouled off, and works its way out right amongst the Garden City crowd. It's 1-2, but it's good to see these two teams play 35 miles apart. You get good crowds to the games when you have this situation. I know it was that way the month ago with Holcomb and Garden City. The 1-2, this is low and away, and it's 2-2 backhanded by the catcher Profits. So you have Benitez at first, Almanza at second, Rathbun at short. It's Coleman playing in order at third, Wessels in third, Strecker in center, and Ackerman in right field. It's your lineup for Garden City in the field. There's a 2-2 pitch and fouled off, and it remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. For Tegan Feely. Pitch on the way from Wells, tapped foul once again, so Feely spoils another 2-2 offering here in this bottom of the first. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Wells sets and deals. Chops, and it just splits between 2 Buffaloes, and that'll score a run. It's 4-3. Contreras will score as that time Plankenhorn had a read on it, but it just bounced in between him and then Rathbun overplayed it, and it's 4-3. An RBI single makes it 4-3 here in the bottom of the first. And RBI for Feely. As it goes into left field, Contreras scored. Kramer at third. Nobody out for Easton Eisenhower. As catcher Profit signals in situation, and the infield goes to double play depth here for the Buffaloes here in the bottom of the first. Scott City with 3 runs back to pull to then 4-3. Just their second hit. That pitch misses high for a ball. They looked over at the runner Feely at first, thought about taking off but didn't. That's a predicament when you have less than 2 outs. You have runners on the corners. That runner takes off for second. You just kind of forget about that with that runner at third, maybe thinking about going home. And now taking off is going to be Feely, and he pitches in for a strike and no throw down. Feely into scoring position. It's 1-1, and you just give that up, I guess, because you don't want that runner to third to head off if you throw it to second. So into scoring positions, Feely, a 1-1 count for Easton Eisenhower. He'll foul this one backing out of play. It's 1-2. So a ribby opportunity for the junior second baseman, who went 0 for 2 in game 1. And still 1 ball and 2 strikes. This will be the 30th pitch, or 28th pitch of the inning, for Gavin Wells. And swing and miss on strike 3. And he'll reach first on the pass ball, and Spencer Kramer scores, and we're tied at 4.
Runner reaches.
Works
Eisenhower, he reaches first on ball on strike 3.
Pass ball on strike 3. And scores Kramer from third. Feely goes to third. And it's now 4-4. The runners on the corners and nobody out. And on the 28th pitch, Gavin Wells might be done. We'll see here as Garden City coach Lance Allred comes out. Talk to his infield. Scott City just 4 runs on just 2 hits to tie this game up. And the meeting is over. Wells has walked 2. He struck out 1. There was an error that led off the bottom of the first that got things started. And it's Yuli Armendariz up to bat with nobody out here. In the opener, Armendariz went 0 for 2 with a strikeout. The Beavers struck out 7 times in game 1. Runners on the corners and nobody out. That pitch, a little check swing foul. And the count is at 0-1. Yeah, the old swing foul that time by Armendariz with the check swing. Fouls it off. 0-1 count here for Yuli Armendariz, the center fielder here in game 2. We're tied at 4. And that pitch is in for a called strike as it drops in there and sinker. It's now 0-2. Tegan Feely at third. Easton Eisenhower at first. Eisenhower reaching on the drop third strike, swinging. He leads off from first. Here's the 0-2. And Armendariz will look at strike 3 down the middle, and there's 1 away.
Strike 3 ball.
It's the second strikeout of the inning for Wells, but it's the first out recorded, and runners on the corners for Junior Mesa. His first time up, he walked and he scored a run in that 5th inning, I believe it was, in game 1. And he has an opportunity to give Scott City the lead. Eisenhower takes off for second. They will throw to the shortstop to cut off. Eisenhower into second, sliding in now 2 in scoring position, a 1-0 count here for Junior Mesa. So Feely remains at third. Eisenhower leads off from second as Feely leads off from third. 1-0 pitch to Mesa. Misses ball 2. 2-0 your count now as Wells is up to 33 pitches in this inning, has only recorded 1 out. And Mesa will lift this one in the air to left field. This could give Scott City the lead. Wessel makes the catch, throws the ball in, and it's not in time to throw wide. And it sails to the backstop, and Eisenhower will take off for third. And Mesa's RBI sacrifice fly gives Scott City a 5-4 lead here in the bottom of the first, and a runner at third and 2 outs. Mesa gave that one a good ride. Feely scores, and Eisenhower to third on the throw in. And now Chaston Berry of Scott City is batted around this inning. Berry went 0 for 2 at the strikeout in game 1 and takes a called strike the entire way. It's 0-1. Eisenhower at third, 2 down here in the bottom of the first. It's Scott City 5, Garden City 4. 5 runs on 2 hits for the Beavers this inning. And he reaches and pokes one into center field, and that's going to drop for a hit, and it gets over Strecker's head. Berry digs for 2, and he is going to be in with a double. An RBI double, and Scott City with 6 runs in the bottom of the first to lead 6-4. And Eisenhower trots in from third, and that brings in Avery Radke, who started everything off leading off with an error and a run scored in the bottom of the first here. 10 to the plate this inning for Scott City. They have 6 runs on 3 hits here in their first at bats, leading this one 6-4. Barry leads off from second, takes the pitch high, does Radke for ball 1. Chased in there with that to double, his second double of the year. Here's the 1-0 in there for a called strike, and it's 1-1. Garden City will have the 9-1-2 headers up in the second inning. Ackerman, Almanza, and Rathbun. Right now it's 6-4 Scott City. The Beavers trying to prolong this inning here. And Radke fouls this one back, and so it's a ball and 2 strikes. And also, Wells will have his 40th pitch to toss here in this inning coming up here, which is a pretty big load for one inning. And Radke pops this one up, but it's going to work its way out third base side, and it still remains a ball and 2 strikes. The inning commences on here. Wells has thrown 40 pitches, 24 strikes. Scott City has spoiled a lot of foul balls here as well in his first inning. And that time Radke swings and misses, and that ends the inning. 3 strikeouts for Wells, but 2 of those true outs because one was a drop strike on a pass ball and reached first. 6 runs, 3 hits, 1 error, 1 left for the Beavers. We head to the second. They're up 6-4 on Garden City. Back in a minute. This is Scott City Beaver Baseball. So, 1 out, base is empty for Almanza, who's ahead in the count, 1-0. And the lefty Radke deals. His 36th pitch of the game misses away, 2-0. So you look at the bottom half after Scott City. Sylvan Lucas Lincoln. That pitch gets away from catcher Avery Radke, 3-0. Goes to the backstop. Sylvan Lucas, that's a school together. Lincoln co-ops with Sylvan Lucas. And then Ellenwood, who's bumped up to 3A. Lakin, Nickerson, Goodland, Ellsworth, Minneapolis, that 3-0 pitch in for a called strike. That's all in the regional for Scott City baseball this year, by the way. And it's 3-1 after that strike for Almanza. So some new characters in there. Smoky Valley in there as well. And that's ball 4 and a 1-out walk. And the tying run, Jacoby Rathbun checks in.
Stricker on deck. Colton Blankenhorn in the hole.
Rathbun
1 out.
was last time up here in game 2, tripled, an RBI triple, and went all the way back to the center field fence after a diving effort by Julian Medeiros there in center field. Made it 1-0 at that point. But he represents a tying run. He has home run power. He has 3 home runs now after a 2-run homer in game 1. And he'll take a strike off the outside corner. It's 0-1. So you get a rare lefty-lefty matchup. You don't see those very often in high school baseball, but that's what we have right here. Aaron Radke delivers a pitch off the inside corner, and Rathbun takes it, and now it's 0-2. Almanza at first, the tying run, Rathbun at the plate, as they throw quickly back to first, keep Almanza to the bag. 0-2 count here for Jacoby Rathbun, the shortstop, and he loops this one in the air to right center field, and that's going to drop into the gap. And rounding second on his way to third is Almanza. He'll be held up there, and it's a 1-out single for Jacoby Rathbun, who continues to handle a hot bat here today.
1 out, runners at first and third.
But a good job by Scott City cutting that off and limiting it to a single, as Almanza had to be held up at third for Drew Strecker, who coming into today is Garden City's top hitter with batting average. He's 1 for 1 here in this second game. He'll throw back to first, and they call a balk. And so that'll make it 6-5 as Almanza will score, and Rathbun, the tying run, now goes to second. So a balk is called, and another run back for the Buffaloes with 1 out here in the top of the second, and the field umpire, Mike Zimmerman, talks to him about what he did wrong, still has a good meeting about it. As he stands on the top of the mound, and Aaron Radke didn't believe that he balked. And now, yeah, still a pretty good discussion there. But now, they both probably nod. It's time to move on to the batter. That pitch is in a fastball called strike. That might have been a frustration pitch thrown by Radke. It's 0-1. He threw that with everything he had. And this one gets back up the middle, and it's going to drop for a single. Rounding third is Rathbun. The throw in is going to be cut off, and we're tied at 6. RBI single by Drew Stricker scores Jacoby Rathbun from second. And it is 6-6 with 1 out here in the top of the second inning. And so we see Colton Blankenhorn, the third baseman, come into bats. The cleanup hitter walked his first time up. And throw back to first, runner safe. And Blankenhorn also scored the 4th run of the first inning for Garden City. 2 singles and a walk, 2 runs into no pitch. They call another balk? Yep, they did.
He acted like he was going to throw it.
And now Strecker to second. And a runner at second, 6-6, and still no pitch yet for Blankenhorn. And that one is fouled off, and it's 0-1. 0-1 count here for the third baseman, Colton Blankenhorn, here in game 2, the senior. Pitch. That one in for a called strike, and the count is at 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes here for the senior third baseman. Striker at second for Garden City, 1 out in the top of the second. We're all evened up at 6. And that one gets away from the catcher, Avery Radke. And on the third goes Drew Striker. And on the pass ball, Garden City's potential 7th run is now 90 feet away. One-two count for Colton Blankenhorn. And this one's grounded. This will give Garden City the lead. Kramer gets it over to first in time. It's an RBI ground out by Colton Blankenhorn that scores Drew Strecker from third. And it's 7-6 Garden City here in the top of the second on the 6-3 Kramer to Contreras retirement, an RBI ground out. And the Buffs are back ahead. 2 out in the inning for Gavin Wells, the pitcher, who had a 2-run single his first time up. Stranded third on the fielder's choice in that inning, and that pitch misses for a ball.
Wells, the batter. Ryder Blankenhorn on deck. Benitez in the hole.
1-0 count for Gavin Wells, trying to help his cause out on the mound. That pitch misses away for a ball. It's 2-0. Pitch misses, 3-0. 3 balls, no strikes. And it's a 4-pitch walk for Gavin Wells, and the inning continues on with Ryder Blankenhorn up to bats. Blankenhorn singled and was forced out at second on a fielder's choice as Coach David Dirks comes out of the dugout. Talk to his pitcher in infield. Radke already at 52 pitches in an inning and 2/3 here. 7-6 your score. Okay, yep, 53, excuse me. All right, I think he's going to keep him in here. As if he's going to be available for Tuesday, his max is 75. If he stays in, past 75, he'll go the 105, but he'll be ineligible for Tuesday. Two outs, runner at first for Blankenhorn. And another balk. And that's the third balk of this inning. Interesting. Pitch on the way, up high for a ball. Kind of a tough break there for the freshman. And it's a 1-0 count. Runner at second is Wells, leads off. Time called at the plate. 1-0 count here for Ryder Blankenhorn here in the top of the second. This one fouled off, and it's now 1-1. Scott City will have I believe it's a 2-3-4 hitters in their second at bat. Yeah, Aaron Radke, Emilio Contreras, and Spencer Kramer. Right now down to run 7-6. Aaron Radke looks over at second. Quick glance. 1-1. Fouled off. It's 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes. Pitch on the way misses, and it's 2-2. So this is another taxing inning for Aaron Radke. He was throwing 28 pitches in this inning, 57 for the game, and he's going to have another back-to-back 29-pitch inning right here on this 2-2 count. Brings home the pitch. This one's lifted in the air to right field, and it's going to drop in front of Junior Mesa, and there's runners on the corners with 2 outs. Here for Garden City in a 7-6 lead.
Two-out single by Ryder Blankenhorn brings up Benitez.
And Gio Benitez, your batter, 0 for 1.
First and third.
A strikeout his first time up. So another taxing inning here. Both these pitchers have had taxing innings here. Wells threw 41 first inning pitches for Garden City. Radke's had back-to-back 29 pitches in an inning, and this will be his 30th pitch of the inning coming up as he throws to first to keep Plankenhorn toward the bag. Garden City now with 7 runs on 8 hits here, and we're only in the second inning. As Plankenhorn will lead off from first, Wells leads off from third. Benitez, your batter. This one fouled off. First base side, and it's 0-1. Seven 6 Buffalo lead. They have 3 runs back in the second inning to take the lead back. As Radke glances at the runners on the corners briefly, now time called at the plate. This has been a lengthy game already. 45 minutes in, we haven't played an inning and a half officially. Here's the 0-1. That time chopping wood that time, or golfing, was Benitez, and it's now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes here for Gio Benitez, the first baseman for Garden City. Runners on the corners, 2 out. Radke trying to get that elusive strikeout here and be his 3rd of the game and keep this a 1-run Garden City lead. Sets, takes his time, and brings home the pitch. That one low, 1-2. Benitez did not bite on that one. As Radke quickly works back and throws a pitch up high for a ball. You see some pitchers take their time on the mound. You see some go quickly. Radke thinks about going to first, but now he does. And, oh, man, a good target throw on that one. They might get Plankenhorn. That one was thrown a little high. A good glove by Contreras to keep it in front of him. Plankenhorn leads off from first, Wells from third. 2-2 delivery on the way. That's up and in. It's a full count. So now Gio Benitez has worked the count from 0-2 to 3-2. So on the 3-2 count with 2 outs, we'll see Plankenhorn from first take off for second on the pitch from Aaron Radke. It's in the dirt, ball 4, and that'll load the bases. The 4th walk of the game. And Dominic Profit, the catcher, checks in 0 for 1. So, somewhat technically, this is Garden City that batted around here in the second inning. Profit granted into a fielder's choice his first time up. I say that in a way because the 9th batter of the first inning came to bats, but then the runner at first was picked off between first and second. That pitch was in for a called strike, 0-1. That was who's standing on deck. Ackerman was at bat in the first inning and then led off the second inning after the pickoff between first and second. That pitch missed for a ball for Dominic Profit, the catcher. The senior, it's now 1-1. Bases loaded, 2 out, gets away from the catcher momentarily, but the runners do not advance. It's 2-1. 7-6 Garden City, top of the second inning. We've already seen 108 pitches thrown here in an inning and a half. Two-1, swing and a miss, and it's now 2-2. If Radke could get a strikeout here, that'd be big to end this inning. 2-2 counts. Radke looking for that 3rd strikeout. Can't get it right there. It's a full count at 3-2. So the runners will take off on the 3-2 pitch with 2 outs. Wells at third, Plankenhorn at second, Benitez at first. A 3-2 count here for Dominic Profit. Radke's 70th pitch of the game. Oh, time called before we even think about tossing a pitch, as Profit needed to readjust his batting gloves. Radke sets, payoff pitch, swing and a miss, and that'll end the inning. Garden City gets 3 runs back, 3 hits, no errors. They do leave the bases loaded. As we have played an inning and a half, it is Garden City 7, Scott City 6. Back in a minute. This is Beaver Baseball. All right, we go to the inning number 2, the bottom of inning number 2, I should say. It is the 2, 3, 4 hitters for the Beavers due up. Aaron Radke, Emilio Contreras, and Spencer Kramer. Garden City 7, Scott City 6 here in the second game of our doubleheader. As it'll be Aaron Radke
Hitting off the bottom of the
leading
second
things
for
off.
Scott City, number 1, the pitcher.
He walked and
Aaron
scored
Radke.
his first time up, but his pitch count for Aaron Radke is inflated. He's at 70 pitches. He threw 42 in that top half, or 41, I should say, in that top half of the second inning, and he flies this one in the air to center field. Back goes Strecker, and he'll make the grab, 1 pitch and 1 out in the second inning.
The center fielder for 1 away. That brings up the first baseman.
Brings in
number 12,
Emilio Contreras.
Contreras.
Singled into right field his first time up. And he also scored a run. Part of the 6-run first for Scott City. Contreras the 7-6 Garden City lead here in the bottom of the second. Pitch misses away for a ball.
We're going now.
Of course, yeah, got that NFL draft going tonight. And Contreras will pop this one up in the air. This is going to be cut on the run, and what a run by Drew Strecker, who had to cover a lot of ground to make that catch in left center field for out number 2. So Scott City just 3 pitches seen, 2 flyouts,
Bring up number 28,
and that'll bring in
Kramer.
Spencer Kramer. Kramer walked his first time up, 2 out, bases empty, last of the second. Scott City trailing this one by the counts of 7-6. And a swift and a miss by Kramer, and it's 0-1. So two quick outs in this inning for Scott City, down a run. And Wells is throwing just 4 pitches. His 5th pitch of the game is going to be popped up. In the infield, who's going to take it? It's going to be the shortstop, Jacoby Rathbun, and just 5 pitches to retire Scott City in order. We go to the 3rd inning. It's 7-6 Buffaloes. Back in a minute. This is Scott City Baseball.
Top of the 3rd.
All right, we go to the 3rd inning, game 2 of our Twin Bills. 7-6 your score for the Buffaloes of Garden City. It's the 9-1-2 hitters, Ackerman, Almanza, Rathbun facing Aaron Radke for a 3rd inning. That pitch inside, low for ball. Almost hits Ackerman on the foot there. Ackerman 0 for 1. He struck out to begin the 2nd inning. He lines this one right to Tegan Feely.
Catch again, another 3rd baseman.
Feely showing some range today, and there's 1 out. And that saved extra bases there.
Great.
Jonathan Almanza, now your batter. Radke, by the way, it's 72 pitches. It'll be interesting. We'll see if he's they're gonna keep him eligible for Tuesday. He only has 3 pitches left. Almanza takes a pitch high for a ball. His 3rd time up through the batting order for the Buffaloes. A single and a walk for Almanza. And he takes a pitch low. It's 2-0.
Under one more pitch.
Well, this is the make it or break it pitch of the game. We'll see. Coach David Dirks came by to see how many pitches he had for his other pitchers, and this one's fouled off. It's 2-1. Well, I see nobody coming out of the dugout, so Radke will finish what he can and be ineligible for Tuesday at home against Goodland here. It's pitch number 76 for him, and he fouls this one off, and it's 2-2. Coach Dirks came and asked him between half innings there how many pitches he had, pitches for the pitchers from game one, and wanted to get an idea, knowing that he'll probably have to use some relief pitchers from that. Pitch misses. Full count, 3-2. I think we know, as of right now, Kramer, Scott City's first three pitchers are going to be available for Tuesday. Of course, Feeling and Eisenhower are unavailable today. This one's tap foul, third base side, because they used up a lot of pitches there on Tuesday at Cimarron. And so those two you knew were out for today to pitch for Scott City. But Aaron Radke now out for this coming Tuesday. 3-2, and they misses high. It's a one-out walk for Almanza. He walks for the second time, and the white-hot batting Jacoby Rathburn checks in, 2 for 2. 4 hits in the first game, 2 in the second, triple and a single, and then the doubleheader he's hit for the cycle today. Left-hander checks in and is halfway there for a cycle. And he fouls this one off, 0-1. 1-on-1 out for the Buffs here in the top of the third here in game two. Scott City trailing Garden City here 7-6. These two teams played last year in Garden City, and they split a doubleheader between the two. Garden City would win the first, Scott City would take the second. Or Scott City would lose the first, and they'd win the second, beg your pardon. That pitch missed, just barely outside, 1-1. But you get what I'm saying. Pitch, this is going to find a hole in the left field for a base hit. And rounding second is Almanza, going to third. The throw in, not in time, and that'll allow Rathbun to take second on the throw in, and now runners at second and third and one out for Drew Strecker.
Strecker the batter, Colton Plankenhorn on deck, Wells in the hole.
So single, and Almanza to third, and Rathbun to second on the throw in. And 2 on and 1 out in scoring position for Drew Strecker, who is 2 for 2. He also has a pretty hot bat here in this second game. 2 singles for him. Right back up the middle. One was a ground ball, one was a fly ball. Garden City putting the pressure on. Now it gets away from the catcher, Avery Radke. And the throw home. It hits the runner sliding in. And it's now 8-6 with a runner at third and still 1 out. Almanza scores from third on the passed ball. And Rathbun scores on the same pitch. And it's 8-6 with 1 on and 1 out. Rathbun at third. And a 1-0 count for the center fielder, Drew Strecker. The junior checks in. 2 for 2. Pitch. Takes a called strike the entire way off the outside corner, 1-1 your count. Aaron Radke now at 84 pitches. He's tossed 14 in this inning, and that one gets away up high, 2-1. 8-6 Garden City, top of the third, 1 on, 1 out. They have scored at least 1 run in every inning. And that one, a wild pitch, is going to let Rathbun score from third, and it's a 3-1 count, and now a 9-6 game. As Rathbun will score from third on the wild pitch. Three balls and a strike. Pitch, grounder. This will take a hop right to the glove of Kramer. Fires it over to Emilio Contreras in time for out number 2, the 6-3 retirement. And a nice play that time by Kramer As the ball bounced literally right to his glove, he read it perfectly. 6-3 for out number 2. Base is empty for Colton Plankenhorn, who's 0 for 1. A walk and a ground out for him. 2 outs, base is empty. 2 runs in for the Buffs here in the top of the 3rd. They now lead 9-6. Remember 2 years ago, the game went to about 10 or 11 innings. This one's popped up. Plankenhorn in the infield. Who's got it? It's Contreras. Oh, he missed it. And it dropped right in front of his glove. And the runner aboard with 2 out here. Hit. That's a tough call. I think it's we're going to call it a hit.
Wells, the batter, Ryder Plankenhorn on deck, Benitez.
That one just dropped right in front of Contreras. 2 out here in the inning. And Gavin Wells, your batter, sees the pitch away, and off to second goes Plankenhorn. And it's 1-0. One 1-0 count here for Wells, who's 1 for 1 here in game 2. He's batted every inning. Now calls time at the plate. Singled his first time up, walked his last time. It's part of bases loaded in the 2nd inning. 9-6 Buffs here in the top of the 3rd. 1 on, 2 outs. Aaron Ranke will deliver home his 90th pitch of the game. Up high and in, 2-0. One of his lengthier outings of the year. Kind of wonder if maybe he's kind of wearing down a little bit. This is Scott City's first home doubleheader in 17 days. You heard Coach Dirks in the pregame interview. It feels like an eternity ago, and I'm kind of with him. It feels like a long time ago since they've been at home, even though it's only been 17 days. As they faked the throw to second, nobody was covering, and a swing and a miss. Wells pulled his head out of that one and missed everything, and it's 2-1. Runner at second, 2 down, top of the 3rd, 9-6 Garden City. The Beavers will have the 5, 6, 7 hitters, Feely, Eisenhower, and Armendariz in their 3rd at bat. This one's drilled into left center field. Back goes Armendariz just over his head against the fence. He tried to make a good catch, but unable to, and it's an RBI double for Wells, who just hammered that ball to left center field, and it's now 10-6. Plankenhorn scores from second, and still 2 down.
Ryder Plankenhorn, the batter, Benitez on deck, Profit in the hole.
So Plankenhorn scores, Wells at second as those 2 switch places on the bases. And that's their 11th hit in the 3rd inning. And we're going to get a courtesy runner. That is going to be Adrian Galicia for Wells. Let's see here. And we're going to get a pitching change in the process, it looks like, as David Dirks makes his way out of the dugout. All right, we'll tell you who the new pitcher is when we come back here in the top of the 3rd. Runner at second, 2 outs. It is a 10-6 Garden City lead. We'll come back in 1 minute. This is Beaver Baseball. Oh, it'll be 20. Looks like it's going to be Harris. 0-1 count here. Pitch misses 1-1. 1-1 count here. Harris delivers a pitch into the dirt, blocked nicely by Avery Radke. Runner takes off for third and an easy tag out. To end the inning, Galatia tagged out on the 2-5 pickoff. Radke to Feely. And we go to the bottom of the third inning. Garden City gets another 3 runs back, and they're up 10-6. Back in 1 minute for the bottom of the third. This is Beaver Baseball. We're going to the bottom of the third here. 10-6 Garden City. It's the 5, 6, 7 hitters for the Beavers due up. Tegan Feely, Easton Eisenhower, and Jackson Harris. He'll be batting for the first time in this game.
Leading off the bottom of the third for Scott City, the third
pitch.
baseman, number 9, Tegan Feely.
So Tegan Feely, your batter. As I mentioned, he singled in the first inning. In the left field, he also scored, I believe, in that bottom of the first inning. Yep, he did. And he fouls that one straight back, facing Wells for a second time. Wells only needed 5 pitches to retire the side in the second inning. Scott City sent 10 to bat in the first inning, and that pitch in there for a strike, and it's now 0-2. Oh, 2 count for Tegan Feely. Wells' pitch reaches that one and just keeps himself alive in the count 0-2 as he taps it foul. 0-2 counts here for Tegan Feely. Wells' 50th pitch of the game coming up as he sets and deals. Feely reaches for one, a slow roller in the infield, gloved by Colton Plankenhorn. Throw to first is wide, and Feely slips as he tried to retreat back and maybe think about going for second, but we'll have to hold on at first on the leadoff single. I mean, that was going to be a tough play. That ball died into the grass.
Infield single for Feely brings up.
And good effort by Plankenhorn trying to get it over to Benitez,
Easton
but
Eisenhower.
Feely got down there just in time. And that'll bring up Easton Eisenhower. Reached on a drop third strike his first time up and scored Scott City's 6th run of the game all in that first inning. They'll throw back to first. That time Wells took his foot off the rubber on the fake. Now bring the pitch home. Outside, ball 1, backhanded. Now throw back to first to keep Feely toward the bag. Does profit. 1-0 count here for Easton Eisenhower, the junior second baseman here in game 2. 10-6 Garden City, bottom of the third, 1 on, nobody out. Eisenhower flies this one in there to right center field, and that's going to drop. Nobody there in that gap. Feely's going to round third, and he's going to go home. There's a play home, and it's not in time, and now Eisenhower is too far off the bag at second, but he's in there safely on an RBI double, and Scott City with a run back in the bottom of the third. It's 10-7. He hit that one into a gap there towards center field, and Feely scored all the way home from first on the double. Scott City with another extra base hit in game 2, and they have pulled to within 3, 10-7. With nobody out here in the bottom of the third inning, Jackson Harris, your batter. He went 0 for 1 in game 1. Struck out in his only time up to bat in the first game, and he takes a pitch up and away for a ball. 1 on, nobody out. 1 run in for Scott City in the last of the third. And you're down by 3, 10-7. Tying run stands on deck as that pitch is high 2-0. NFL draft going on here as well. Some interest for some here. That one big rip and a miss, and it's 2-1. Of course, the America's chosen team, Green Bay, is on deck. Not a Packer fan or owner or anything. That pitch hits the outside corner, called strike, and now Gavin Wells has worked the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes, but they're waiting on that team to the west of them, Minnesota, to finish up with their pick that they got in. 2-2 pitch, low and in, and it's a full count at 3-2.
Yeah, there is something wrong with you.
3 balls and 2 strikes. As a shareholder or part owner of the Packers, they still don't ask for my opinion. The payoff pitch is popped back and out of play by Jackson Harris. I mean, I've got a lot of great ideas, but I'm like one of 350,000 that are probably like that as well. Eisenhower at second leads off in another payoff pitch, and Harris sees a pitch high for ball 4, and there's 2 on and nobody out.
Harris walks.
And now Junior Mesa, who represents the tying run,
Mesa.
he checks to the plate, or checks into bats, but we may have a pitching change before that. With 2 on and nobody on to run in the bottom of the third inning for Scott City. Gavin Wells' day on the mound might be over. We'll see here. I've not seen the ball to the coach's hand. We'll see. Nope. Just talk to see if he's okay. He's at 59 pitches through 2+ innings. He's thrown 13 already in this inning. So he'll stay in there. Eisenhower will be at second. Harris will be at first here. And Mesa, who walked in the first inning, or correction, he had an RBI sacrifice fly in the first inning that drove in Eisenhower from third. And he taps this one foul, third base side. Counted 0-1. Wells, the 0-1 delivery, and Mesa will lift this one in the air to left field, back to Wessels, and he'll make the catch, and that'll be out number 1.
Fly ball caught by the left fielder.
So
from
same
one away.
spot again.
It's going to bring up number 11, the left fielder.
Hit by Mesa for a second
Jason
straight time, and
Berry.
Eisenhower and Harris stay at second and first, 1 out, and it's Chaston Berry, your batter. He doubled his first time up, and he takes the pitch high for a ball. It's 10-7 Garden City here in game 2. We're in the bottom of the third, 2 on, 1 out. Garden City scored 4 in the first. Scott City put up 6 in the bottom of the frame, and that one Berry swings and misses through. And then the Buffs have put up 3 and 3 in the second and third. Scott City with a run back here in this inning. The count now for Berry at 1-1 with 2 on and 1 out. The pitch. Berry fouls this one off, and it's now 1-2. Loses his bat in the process. Just dropped it straight down. Ball and 2 strikes for the junior, Chaston Berry in left field. Wells sets, looks over at second. Pitch on the way. Strike 3, got him looking right on the upper part of the zone for out number 2.
Strike 3 looking for 2 away.
So that'll bring it at the top of the order for Avery Radke.
Avery Radke.
Radke reached on an error and a strikeout all in the first inning. He reached on the error in the bottom of the first to lead things off, and then scored, and then struck out to close the first inning. So in essence, he bookended that inning. And he flies this one in the air, gives it a good rip to left field. Back goes Wessels, and this one is gone. It's a 3-run homer to tie it up for the senior Avery Radke. Radke's first home run of the year ties this game at 10 in the bottom of the third, and there was no doubt about that one as it sailed over the left field fence on the first pitch he saw. Eisenhower Harris touch home before Radke, and we have a squared ball game.
Shot to the leadoff hitter.
10-10.
That'll bring up number 1, the pitcher,
Aaron Radke.
Aaron.
But before that, we will have a pitching change here in this bottom of the third inning. 4 runs back for the Beavers, 2 outs, 10-10 here in the bottom of the third. Back in a minute. We'll tell you who the new pitcher is when we come back. Well, let's see here. All right, here we go. We'll tell you who it is when we come back. This is Beaver Baseball. All right, to inning number 4 here in game 2. It is 10-10. Runs at a premium here in this second game. Scott City tying it back up with 4 in the bottom of the third here. And for Garden City, they will have the bottom third of the order, Gio Benitez.
Came in last inning, I forgot to announce, and now pitching for Scott City, number 20, Harris.
And followed by Dominic Profit and Ethan Ackerman.
Did I?
As Jackson Harris, who threw 4 pitches got a batter out in that.
Lead off the top
Actually
of
got
four for Garden City.
a runner
Walk on
picked
deck.
off in that last half inning. And trying to take third base. And Radke to Feely on that one, and it wasn't even that close of a play going to third.
Oh,
But here we go, bottom third of the order. Here in a 10-10 game. Here in game 2. First pitch is lifted in the air. This is in the left field. Is it going to stay fair? Yes, it does. It barely drops fair. As Kramer kind of overran it, and that was a tough play. And a leadoff single aboard here for the Buffs in the top of the 4th inning. The wind may play tricks on everybody as well, so that's
leadoff single for Benitez brings up Profit.
a little bit of a factor as well. But Benitez aboard, Profit,
in the hole.
the catcher 0 for 2 checks in, granted to a fielder's choice and a strikeout in his 2 plate appearances. 1 on, nobody out.
Oh, okay.
And that pitch misses for a ball. 1-0 your count. It's 10-10 here in the top of the 4th. Garden City and Scott City all evened up here. It's been back and forth affair. That curveball in for a called strike, 1-1. Nice pitch by Harris. As Benitez takes his lead off from first. The 1-1. He lifts this one in the air to left field. Back goes Chasten Berry on the run, and he falls down and he makes the catch and then flips it to Aaron Radke
Nice
just in
catch
case
by
if
left fielder
Benitez
Chasten
is going to take out for second.
For 1 away.
That was pretty acrobatic out there. 1 away.
Yeah.
Makes the catch, does a somersault, and then flips it to Aaron out there. Aaron Radke, 1 away here in the top of the 4th. Benitez remains at first. That brings up Ethan Ackerman, who's 0 for 2. Strikeout and a line outs for him. And that one in the dirt for ball. Nice block by Avery Radke. It's 10-10. We're all squared up here. Benitez at first, 1 away here in the Garden City 4th inning in game 2. (1-0) in there for a called strike, and we're leveled at 1-1. Benitez at first. Garden City 10 runs, 12 hits, 1 error. Scott City 10 runs, 6 hits, no errors. And this one, Ackerman will lift in the air and drop it in between the shortstop and third baseman for a single. Boy, Chasten Berry, he got that one to second in a hurry. And it's a 1-out single.
1-out single brings up
for
Almanza.
Ackerman in the
Wrapped
9
on
hole.
deck, Strecker in the hole. Runners at first and second.
And back to the top of the order for Jonathan Almanza, who's 1 for 1. He singled back in the first inning, and the last 2 times he's been up to bat in the 2nd and 3rd. He's walked. He'll take a pitch just misses high for a ball. We're tied at 10. Almanza with 3 runs scored here in game 2. Benitez at second, Ackerman at first here in the top of the 4th of game 2. And he gives this one a tattoo into left field. Back goes Berry, and gone. Jonathan Almanza. So both leadoff runners, leadoff batters, have 3-run home runs in this game, all in the last inning, and it's now 13-10 Garden City here in the top of the 4th with 1 out. He tattooed that one to left field. And Berry had no choice but to watch it clear the fence in left field. So Avery Radke had 3-run home run the bottom of the 3rd to tie it. Jonathan Almanza
Base is empty with 1 out. That's going to bring up Rathman, the batter. Strecker on deck. Colton Plankin
comes back as the top of the order batter. Comes back with a 3-run home run of his own to give the Buffs the lead back. And it brings in Jacoby Rathbun, who has 2 singles and a triple in this game. With 1 on it, 1 out, nobody on. A 3-run Garden City lead here, and he grounds this one right to Emilio Contreras, who will step on the bag, and that'll be out number 2. 3 unassisted on the
Ground ball
play.
on first baseman for 2 away.
And that'll bring in Drew Strecker, who's 2 for 3.
Golden Plankin on deck.
13-10 Garden City back on top. 2 out here in this top of the 4th.
Sorry.
That pitch in for a called strike, count at 0-1.
Well, there's no. That's how he started the game.
So 2 outs. That curveball just missed inside. Nice pitch there, but Harris couldn't quite find the corner. It's 1-1.
Because he was the.
So
He was-
the Buffaloes back ahead, 13-10 here in the top of the fourth. And now have 14 hits in game 2, and that pitch misses 2-1. Scott City will have the 3, 4, 5 hitters, Contreras, Kramer, and Neefeli in their fourth at bats. And this one hammered in the air to left field. Back goes Barry, and gone. That might have cleared the scoreboard.
Shot.
And a rocket to left field by Drew Strecker makes this a 14-10 Buffaloes. They have 2 home runs this inning, resulting in 4 runs. And it kind of looked like that cleared the scoreboard in left field. And that really wasn't wind aided either. Oh my. Colton Plankenhorn, your batter. Strecker with a home run. Almanza with a home run this inning. Almanza with his first home run of the year. Pitch misses for a ball. Strecker just hit his team-tying 3rd home run of the year. Jacoby Rathbun had a home run in game 1. That was his 3rd of the year. Now that pitch misses 2-0. So 2 tattooing home runs by Garden City has netted 4 runs for them in this top of the 4th as they go back up 14-10 as they now have 15 hits here in game 2. Jackson Harris throws 17th pitch of the inning. That one drops in for a called strike. It's 2-1, and Garden City teeing off on the freshman here in both games, or both freshmen here in this second game. As it was Aaron Radke who started the game, and now Harris took over. It's now a 3-1 count, and it's right now actually Harris is in line for the decision after it got tied up in the 3rd inning. Pitch misses low, ball 4, and runner at second, 2 outs. Now the pitcher Eli Steinmetz.
Steinmetz a batter for Garden
He
City.
came in for Wells in the bottom of the 3rd to pitch off the bench. And Steinmetz, the senior, looking for his first hit this year. He's 0 for 2. Throw back to first, runner safe. 14-10 Buffalo lead. So 24 runs on 21 hits combined and 1 error in this second game. And we're not even 3.5 innings through that one. Taken for a called strike, 0-1. Colton Blankenhorn at first, 2 out here. Top of the 4th for Garden City. Go back to first. Keep that runner close to the bag. Keep him out of scoring position. 0-1 count for Steinmetz. Batting in the 5-hole for the Buffs. Grounds this one to the 3rd baseman, taking Feely over to first in time. 5-3 out. That'll win the inning, but the battery with the damage for Garden City, make that 4 runs in that inning. 2 of those were home runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 1 left. 3.5 through game 2 is complete. 14-10 Garden City. Back in a minute. This is Beaver Baseball. Okay, let's head to the bottom of the fourth inning. It's Emilio Contreras leading things off.
Leading off the bottom
Baseball
of the
brought
fourth
to you
for Scott
today
City,
by Lone Tree
first
Farms,
baseman,
Weathermont Tree, Metzger Family Farms,
Contreras.
Midwest Mixer, Miller Veterinary Clinic, Northern Supply, New Knife Market, Pioneer Communications, Perfect Auto Detailing, Plain Gents, Platinum H Insurance, Pokey Feeders, Precision Ag Seed, Protex Spraying Service. Contreras' first pitch of the fourth inning misses high for a ball. Eli Steinmetz, your pitcher. He came in and got the final out of the third inning. On, just one pitch he tossed. Got a fly out. And Contreras takes it outside, ball 2-0. 14-10 Garden City. They answered back. They saw Scott City score 4 runs to tie the game, and they came back with 4 runs of their own in the top of the fourth. That pitch just missed, 3-0. So once again, it is Contreras, Kramer, Feely in this Scott City fourth inning, down 4 runs. A 3-0 count for Contreras. Steinmetz's pitch in there for a called strike, 3-1. Contreras today 1 for 2 here in game 2. A single and a fly out. 3-1 in there for a called strike, and Steinmetz has come back to fill up the count, 3-2. And we'll get a payoff pitch here. He go around. He did, and off the first. Got him on the, just barely by half step did Contreras, and there's one away.
Batter thrown out at first for 1 away.
I think he signaled
Spencer
that he swung, and
Kramer,
then
batter.
batter out at first. Profit to Benitez to complete the strikeout for out number 1. And now in is Spencer Kramer, who's 0 for 1. Walk and a pop out. Pitch, got fooled on the changeup, and it's 0-1. 14-10 Garden City, bottom of the fourth. 1 out, bases cleared here in the fourth of game 2. Kramer takes the 0-1 and flies it in the air to center field. Run for Strecker. On the run, he'll make the grab, and there's 2 away.
Caught by the center fielder for 2 away.
Strecker makes the grab. 2 outs here for
number 9, Tegan Feely.
Tegan Feely, who is 2 for 2 here. A couple of singles for him. Trying to keep this inning alive are the Beavers. Fouls that one off. It's 0-1. 14-10 Buffs, bottom of the fourth, 2 out, bases empty. Steinmetz sets and brings home the pitch, and Feely will foul that one back, and it's now quickly 0-2. Garden City will have the 6, 7, 8 hitters. Ryder, Blankenhorn, Benitez, and Profit in their 5th at bat coming up. But we'll get another foul off on an 0-2 pitch. And Feely stays alive, down 2 strikes. Another 0-2. Misses it outside, 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes. Scott City will be at home here on Tuesday against Goodland, and then the following Tuesday they go to Southwestern Heights, and then on Friday the 8th they will host Hugoton to wrap up the regular season. Ground ball to Blankenhorn at third. That's Colton Blankenhorn over Gio Benitez, and it is a 1-2-3 4th inning for Scott City. 3 up and 3 down for the Beavers as we head to the 5th. It's Garden City 14, Scott City 10. Back in a minute for the 5th inning of play. This is Beaver Baseball. As we get to the top of the 5th inning, it's going to be Ryder Plankenhorn. He has a 2-hit day for the freshman, and now he faces a senior for the first time in this second game. Ooh, almost hit him.
Okay, I hit the wrong.
1-0 your count. Plankenhorn 2 for 2.
Ryder Plankenhorn, the batter. Benitez on deck.
And called time
Roll.
when he
Top of
backed
5.
out of there. Kind of, I don't know if he tweaked something,
Good
but
batter
hopefully he's
for
okay.
the pitcher for Scott City. It's going to be number 3, Avery Radke.
So Plankenhorn 2 singles and is hit by pitches last time up. And the count is at 1-0 here for the freshman Plankenhorn. Steps back in. Avery Radke delivers. A pitch in for a called strike. It's 1-1. Ball and a strike here for Ryder Plankenhorn. It'd be Gio Benitez and also Dominic Profit in the Buffalo 5th with a 14-10 lead. That pitch low and in 2-1. Buffalo's earlier today with their win over Scott City in 5 innings, 14-4. Oh, and he'll get plunked.
Oh, ouch.
You could hear that one. And he's going to scream and let it all out to ease the pain. He's been hurting after that first pitch of the bat in the inning. Yeah, hit square in the back there, yeah. That stings a little bit. And you'll be able to count the seams tomorrow morning from the baseball. He'll shake it off, he'll be all right.
Batter hit by a pitch. It's going to bring
And
up
he leads
Benitez,
off
batter.
at first, and that'll bring up Gio Benitez. He singled his last time up. Did the Buffalo first baseman. Strike out a walk and a single for him. 1 for 2 here in the second game. He takes that pitch and he gets away from the catcher, and it's Plankenhorn off to second. And it's 1-0. So Harris getting some time behind the dish catching. I believe this might be the first time back there this year for him. Plankenhorn leads off from second. Nobody out top of the 5th. 14-10 Buffalo lead. The pitch outside, 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes for the junior. Pitch is fouled back, and it's 2-1. Two balls and a strike for Gio Benitez. Pitch inside 3-1. Three balls and a strike here for Gio Benitez here in the top of the 5th for Garden City. Pitch. Oh, he hammers this one into left field. Back goes Chaston Berry. Looks like it's going to stay in the park, and it does. He'll make the catch. Tagging up is going to be Plankenhorn,
Left fielder for
and he'll head to third with 1 out.
Runner advances to third on the fly ball.
So fly out by Gio Benitez. Barry does a good job in left field at making that catch. Plankenhorn, as mentioned, tagged up and got into third for 1 out. For Dominic Profit, who's 0 for 3. Profits, the catcher in Game 2 for Garden City, grounded to fielder's choice at strikeouts and a flyout. For his first 3 plate appearances, takes the called strike down the middle. It's 0-1. We're in the top of the 5th, runner at third, 1 out, 14-10 Buffalo advantage. And that pitch misses in, 1-1 your count. Ball and a strike here for Dominic Profit, the 8-hole for Garden City here in Game 2. Avery Radke delivers and it's called strike, and it's now 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes here for Profit. Radke sets, looks over the runner at third quickly. And that one gets away from the catcher on a wild pitch. And coming in, tag out at the plate is Plankenhorn. As Radke tags him, good job by Harris getting it to Plankenhorn, and there's out number 2. that changes if Blankenhorn may have, if he slides, he's safe. It would have been a closer play, I think. But good job by Harris going to get the wild pitch, and then 2-2 pitch misses away, full count 3-2. I would say it would be a closer play if he slides, but the chances of him being safe would have increased a little bit more. And pitch in there for a call, 3 swinging, and that'll be in the inning. As we go to the bottom of the 5th, no runs, nobody left for Garden City. 14-10 Buffs as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Back in a minute. This is Beaver Baseball.
Number 35,
Easton Eisenhower. Following him will be Jackson Harris and Junior Mesa. Here we go, bottom of the 5th. Eisenhower will foul that one off. He is 1 for 2 here in this second game. He reached on a drop third strike in that first inning. His last time up in the 3rd, doubled to center field. Drove in a run in the process. Pitch drowns this one right to the first baseman.
It hit a clot or something.
And he's safe. In a clump of grass there, first base side, and that's going to be an infield single. Steinmetz couldn't cover in time, and Eisenhower with an infield single.
20, the catcher, Jackson Harris.
And nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th inning for Scott City. Jackson Harris checks in 0 for 0. He walked his last time up. Lefty-righty matchup. Harris, the left-handed batter, takes a call, strike the entire way. Nothing won the count. From the bottom of the 5th, nobody outs. It's 14-10 Garden City. Eisenhower leads off from first. Benitez plays the bag, and now Beltai is the ball, and the pitch for Harris is popped up in foul ground. Nobody is going to get to it. As a trio, Buffs about collide, and it's 0-2. As you had Colton Blankenhorn, Eli Steinmetz, and also catcher Dominic Profit going for the ball there, and they almost had an unfortunate meeting together as that ball dropped in between all 3 of them. 0-2. That one outside for a ball, and looked like maybe Steinmetz may tried to bait Harris into chasing one out of the zone, but Harris didn't bite. It's 1-2. Eisenhower leads from first. Steinmetz gets a sign from Profit, now that he likes. This looks like this is fastball of the way, and it's swing and a miss, and it's out number 1. Throw back to first, runner safe. But there's 1 out in the inning.
Swinging for 1 away.
That'll bring up 17, Junior Mesa. Mesa 0 for 1. RBI sacrifice fly and a fly out to the left fielder. He hit him both left field both times. And Here we go. And he finds this one. This is in a foul ground. Third baseman Colton Plangenhorn will make the grab, and that'll be the second out.
Nice catch by the third baseman.
Tough run there. Kind of
It's going to bring up the left fielder.
had to reach up and make that catch and foul ground in shallow left field for out number 2. And Chaston Berry checks in at 1 for 2. Is your next batter for Scott City. Double and a strikeout. And he takes the pitch outside for a ball. 1-0. 14-10 Garden City with the lead. Last of the 5th. Throw back to first. Runner safe. And misses. 1-1. Foul back. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Oh, 1-2.
Should be 1-1, but I could be wrong. Runner at first. The pitch swung on and missed. And Barry's down, ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, that's.
The
It should be 1 ball, 2 strikes.
should be 1 and 2. Yep, all right.
Thank goodness. Okay.
The umpire got ahead of himself a little bit by a pitch. The catcher thought it was strike 3 as well, but Barry 1 and 2. Steinmetz time is called here. I think they maybe going to discuss the pitch.
No, it's 1 and 2.
It should be 1 and 2. That was a 1-1 swing and a miss.
He held.
Mike Zimmerman, the umpire in the field, said 1 and 2. Home plate umpire thought it was strike 3. They talk it over. All right.
It's okay.
We're about 4 hours into the day, so it's forgivable. Nope. It's
No,
1 and
You
2.
only hit 1 foul ball. It's 1 and 2.
He's got 1 and 2.
1 and 2. You're all good.
Yeah, ball and 2 strikes. That's always good to check with everybody.
It is.
He made us feel important.
Yeah.
He asked us.
I don't know, because it was just like, what?
Ball and 2 strikes. Eisenhower leads off from first. High point of the day right there. He made us feel important. No, throw back to first. Runner safe.
We're needed.
Yeah, that's what we're here for. Leading off from first is Eisenhower. Steinmetz sets, delivers, and there's a swing and a miss, and there's strike 3. The inning is over.
Strike 3 swinging. 4-3 away.
1 hit,
Over the
1
top
left
of
for
the
Scott
6th.
City as we go to the 6th inning.
14-10
It's
Garden
14-10 Garden City. Back in a minute. This is Beaver Base.
Just north of Florida, I guess. I don't go there very often.
We go here to the 6th inning here.
It's not bad.
And this is baseball presented
Oh, really?
here by Iron Insurance Partners, Protex Spending Service, Our Brothers Auto Body Mechanic, Richards Financial Services, Scott City Ice Center, Scott City Pharmacy, Giftologist, Scott Community Foundation, Scott County Abstract and Title, Scott
Ackerman
Cooperative
is going to lead
Association,
off the top of
Scott
6
County
for
Hospital,
Garden
Scott
City.
County
Alfonso
Record,
on
and
deck,
Scott
Grant
Pro. We're at
Hall.
14-10 for the Buffaloes. By the way, we had no scoring in that 5th inning by either side. That's the first time today that a full inning, nobody scored a run.
Well, that
Was
was
that a foul ball? Yeah, I think it was a foul ball.
You know.
It went off. It looked like it went off of Eckerman's bats. Yep, it isn't a foul ball. It's a regular ball. 1-0. Looked like it, sounded like it, but there's a kind of a jammed up looper in the infield, and that's going to be an infield single for
Infield
Ethan
single for
Ackerman.
Ackerman's going to bring up Almanza.
Eisenhower tried to make a play, but it
Next
just is a soft
for you.
blooper, or kind of a jammed up soft liner, and it died in the grass, and a leadoff single here in the top of the 6th inning for Garden City. How to bring up Jonathan Almanza. Last time he was up, a 3-run home run. In there for a called strike, and it's 0-1. 14-10 Garden City. They have 14 runs on 16 hits and an error. Scott City, 10 runs, 7 hits and no errors here in Game 2. Runner Ackerman leads off from first. And a big rip and a miss, and it's 0-2. So Radke throwing some heat there on Almanza, who's 2 hits here in Game 2. He's reached base 4 times. Radke sets. Avery the senior delivers. Runner goes. Pitches high. Throw down to second. A little wide to the left, and it's 1-2, and a stolen base for Ackerman. So runner in scoring position for Jonathan Almanza. Here at the top of the 6th of the second game. Pitch, swing and a miss. And there's one away.
Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Got to bring up Jacoby
Strucker on
Rathbun.
deck, Colton Blankenhorn in the hole. 1 out. Runner at second.
Rathbun grounded out to the first baseman his last time up, but he's 3 for 4 with 2 singles and a triple. He has 7 hits on the day. Pitch. This one's lifted in the air to right center field, and that hits right off the bottom of the fence for Rathbun, and he's on his way to third. And he slides in safely as Ackerman scores from second.
RBI triple.
And so Rathbun didn't want to get the double there. He went for a triple and trying to get a home run shy of the cycle in this game. And it's now 15-10 as he hits the RBI triple into right center field. That scored Ackerman from second. 15-10, runner at third and 1 out for Drew Strecker, who's 3 for 4. 2 singles and a ground out and a home run. Yes, he hit a home run solo shot. Very first pitch he saw right after, or a couple pitches later after the out by Rathbun, who's at third. That pitch in for a called strike. It's 0-1 for Drew Strecker. 15-10 Buffs here, top of the 6th, 1 on, 1 out, and he chases that off speed and misses a lot of it, or all of it. It's 0-2. He stretched for that one. It's a 0-2 count for the center fielder, Drew Strecker. Avery Radke looking for a strikeout here. That one's lined into right field in front of Junior Mesa. That's an RBI single for Drew Strecker, and that drives in Rathbun from third, and it's now 17-10 here with 1 on, 1 out in the top of the 6th on the liner to right field.
Ryder Blankenhorn in the hole.
So
1 out.
make that 7.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
16-10, excuse me.
Thanks.
I was off by 1. I got ahead of myself. It's 16-10. That pitch, breaking ball just missed
Nice pitch.
for a ball. 0-1, or 1-0 the count for Colton Blankenhorn, who's 1 for 2. I got a little ahead of myself there. He's walked twice, a ground out and a single for Blankenhorn. Throw back to first and Strecker is safe. It's 16-10. Buffs. Pitch, lift in the air. This is popped up. Kramer into shallow left field, backpedaling. Squeezes the glove and makes the catch for out number 2.
Caught by the shortstop for 2 away.
2 out in the inning. Striker remains at first for Eli Steinmetz, who's 0 for 1.
Steinmetz the batter.
The pitcher
On deck, Benitez and all.
grounded out his first time up. He came in for the starting pitcher for the Buffaloes, and Gavin Wells. And he fouls this one back, and it's 0-1. 2 outs, runner at first. 16-10 Buffalo lead here. Top of the 6th. In the bottom of the 6th, Scott City will go back to the top of the order with Avery Radke, Aaron Radke, and Emilio Contreras. Oh, or 1-1 pitch is now missing away, 1-1. Did that hit him? I guess it did. It did hit him, and now that puts 2 on with 2 outs.
Hit by pitch. 2 on with 2 outs.
And that brings up Ryder Blankenhorn. He's 2 for 2 here with 2 singles, and he has been hit by a pitch twice. Now, I believe the first batter that, or he was the first batter that Avery Radke faced, and Radke hit him. Radke's thrown 30 pitches in an inning and 2/3. He's tossed 15 in this inning. That one gets away from the catcher. The runners advance to second and third. And it's a 1-0 count. And Strucker goes to third. And Steinmetz to second on the pass ball. 1-0 your count for Ryder Blankenhorn. 16-10 Buffs. And that one gets away from the catcher, goes to the backstop, and that'll allow Strucker to score, and it's 17-10. And Steinmetz headed off to third. So, Scott City down by a touchdown and extra point here. The 2-0 misses away 3-0. Yeah, lengthiest outing of the day of the year for Radke, just his second game appeared this year, and that's a 4-pitch walk to Blankenhorn, and there's back to 2 on and 2 outs here for Gio Benitez, who's 1 for 3. Benitez strikeout, a walk, a single, and a flyout, and we may be seeing the end of Avery Radke here today after an inning and 2/3 of relief. Let's see who Coach David Dirks goes to next. Looks like he's bringing in somebody from the dugout. As Radke is done on the mound, we'll tell you who the new pitcher is when we come back. 2 outs, top of the 6th. 3 in for Garden City and 2 on. They lead 17-10 over Scott City. I'll come back in 1 minute. This is Beaver Baseball.
I am out of spaces. What do I do?
This is going to be number 13. As here in the top of the sixth inning.
On deck, Ackerman in the hole.
3 runs across in this inning for Garden City. They pushed the lead up to 17-10. And that pitch, he throws in the called strike. Counted as an 0-1 for the first baseman, Gio Benitez. Steinmetz at third. Plankenhorn at first. 2 outs in the top of the sixth for Garden City. That one just misses low, 1-1. Sun setting here and lights on now at the field here in Scott City. A 1-1 pitch coming up here for Gio Benitez. Holds off on it, and that one's inside, 2-1. 2 balls and a strike. Here for Gio Benitez, the first baseman for the Buffs. Armendariz' pitch misses into the dirt, low, 3-1. Oh, this is pitcher number 4 used by Scott City here in Game 2. They've used 7 pitchers today. 3-1 delivery. And on the outside corner for a called strike, Benitez was getting ready to trot over to first, but he has to see another pitch. So on a 3-2 count with 2 outs, Plankenhorn at first will take off. That's Ryder Plankenhorn will take off on this pitch. And it's tap foul, and we'll do 3-2 all over again. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Steinmetz at third, Plankenhorn at first. All right. Okay, we're back to action. Another payoff pitch. That one's outside, ball 4, and now the bases are loaded for the catcher, Dominique Profit.
Walk by Benitez brings up Profit. Ackerman on deck.
Plankenhorn to second, Steinmetz at third. It's a 3-run inning so far for the Buffaloes. They have 3 on the bases. For Profit, who's 0 for 4. Profit granted a fielder's choice, a strikeout, a flyout, and another strikeout. The base is loaded and 2 down for the senior. Pitch, outside corner, called strike, 0-1. So Steinmetz at third, Plankenhorn at second, Benitez at first. Garden City has scored 3 in this inning, and they have batted around. And Profit chases 1 low, and it's 0-2. He struck out to end the 5th inning. That was a 1-2-3 5th inning. It ended up being that way. There's a runner on, but he got caught trying to steal home. That one misses outside, 1-2. Garden City also left the bases loaded. I believe it was in the 3rd inning. Or 2nd. One of the earlier innings.
Second.
That one into the dirt. Now it's 2-2.
And second inning.
So Scott City coming up in the bottom of the 6th. As I mentioned, they're going to have the top of the order, Radke, Contreras, but looking for one final out here. Pitch. And that one just over the glove as Spencer Kramer tried to jump up to make the catch, and 2 runs will score. And a 2-run single by the catcher, Dominique Profit, makes this a 19-10 game for Garden City here in the top of the 6th.
Ackerman to batter. Almanza on deck. Rapid in the hole. 2 down.
2-run single into left field. Plankenhorn and Steinmetz score. Benitez stays at second. And that brings in Ethan Ackerman, who's 2 for 4. He started this inning off with a single and a run scored. He was run number 15 of the game. It's a 5-run inning for Garden City. They've scored the last 9 runs of the game after Scott City tied it up at 10 in the bottom of the 4th inning. That one gets away from the catcher, and the runners advance 90 feet on the bases. On the wild pitch, it's 1-0. Profit to second, Benitez to third. On a 1-0 count for Ethan Ackerman. 19-10 Buffs lead here in Game 2. They won 14-4 in 5 innings in Game 1.
Oh,
That one just missed low. It's 2-0. That was close. No question, if you're Scott City and you're the young Yuli Armendariz, his first outing of the mound this year, you do not want to walk a hitter to load the bases because it goes back to the top of the order. Now he's 1 pitch away from that. So that count is now 3-0 with Almanza coming back up. In the 4th inning, he hit the 3-run home run that sparked a 4-run inning. 3-0 pitch to Ackerman in their upper part of the zone for a called strike. Good look that time from Armendariz, 3-1. 3 balls and a strike. 2 on, 2 out. 5 runs in this inning for Garden City. The 3-1 misses outside, and that'll load the bases. Ball 4.
Ackerman walks.
And Jonathan Almanza is your batter.
Breathen on next director in the hole. 2 down.
2 walks, a single, 3-run homer, and a strikeout his last time up. And here's Coach David Dirks. Does he make another pitching change? The answer is yes. Pitcher number 5 of the day will be, of game number 2, will be Emilio Contreras when we come back in 1 minute. 19-10 Garden City. They have the bases loaded and 2 out in the top of the 6th. We'll come back in 1 minute. This is Scott City Beaver Baseball. Top of the order here with Almanza. 2-1 pitch, misses high, 3-1, and now Contreras must be forced into throwing strikes because there's nowhere to put Almanza with the bases loaded and 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. 3 balls and a strike for Almanza. He does throw a strike. And now with the bases loaded, 2 down. Benitez at third, Profit at second. Ackerman at first will take off on this 3-2 pitch from Emilio Contreras to Jonathan Almanza at the plate. As he works from the windup, runners take off. Payoff pitch. Strike 3, got him looking right on the top part of the zone. And that
for 3 away.
Ends the inning as Garden City leaves the bases loaded. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 19-10 after Garden City gets 5 runs on 4 hits. 19-10 Buffs is way to the bottom of the 6th. Back in a minute. This is Scott City Beaver Baseball. For the visitors from Garden City, up 19-10. Jacoby Rathbun to lead things off. Drew Stryker, and followed by Colton Plankenhorn. And I run Buffalo lead. Scott City will host Goodland on Tuesday. The Cowboys currently, after they were swept yesterday by Holcomb in 5 and 6 innings. Their second game was 26-16 against Holcomb in game 2 yesterday. The Cowboys are pretty young this year. They have a new coach, Austin Avalar. They're 3-10 on the year. Their latest one came last Friday against Oakland. They were only able to play one game because of weather for the second game. But they come in at 3-10. Rathbun, your batter, 4 for 5 here in game 2. A couple of triples for him. And 2 singles and a ground out, and the pitch misses in, ball 1. Just underway in top of inning number 7. That time, he couldn't get the corner on the inside. He missed that one. It's 2-0. Kid Contreras. That one. Yeah, missed that one. 2-0 count for Jacoby Rathbun. Actually, Contreras just kind of stepped unusual off the mound that last time, and now it's 3-0. That threw off his pitch. 3 balls, no strikes for Jacoby Rathbun, who's 4 for 5. Left-handed batter. What a day he's had. And he completes the trifecta of a walk, a hit batter, a home run, or a hit, I should say, in the game. He gets hit by a pitch. A leadoff runner aboard for Garden City in the 7th. This top of this Garden City lineup is pretty dangerous. Drew Strecker, one of those next, comes in 4 for 5 here in game 2.
Strecker, the batter, Colton Plankenhorn.
2 singles, a solo, or 3 singles. How about that? And a solo home run.
Nobody out. Runner on first.
So, runner takes off, pitch, and runner takes second. Easton Eisenhower, by the way, is playing over at first base, and Junior Mesa is at second. That's been the order after Emilio Contreras came in the 6th. And struck, as I mentioned there, for Strecker. Rathbun took second, and a runner in scoring position. And Contreras, well, he'll toss it back to second. Nice throw to Junior Mesa. Chase the runner back. And it's still 0-1. A lot of pitches in this second game. That one blocked nicely by Avery Radke. Keeps in front of him. It's 1-1. Runner at second is Rathbun. Nobody out, top of the 7th. 19-10 Buffalo lead here in game 2. They won the first game 14-4. The 1-1 blocked again by Radke into the dirt. 2-1. Two balls and a strike here for Drew Strecker. This game approaching 2.5 minutes, or 2.5 hours, excuse me. And a liner made the umpire get out of the way, and it goes into left field, and that'll add another run. And the Buffs put up run number 20 by number 20. Rathbun wears number 20, and Strecker with an RBI single.
RBI single.
Gives him 5 hits in game 2.
Brings up Colton Plankenhorn to batters. Time it's on deck. Ryder Plankenhorn in the hole.
So Rathbun scores from second, 20-10 with nobody out in the top of the 7th. Contreras at 47 pitches on the day, 14 in this game. And Colton Plankenhorn, your batter, takes ball 1. Strecker trots over to second on the passed ball. So we're 1-0. Scoreboard has gotten its workout in this second game. Find out that the 2 in front of the 0, the 20, it works. The 1-0, unfortunately, it's on the visitor's side. That one fouled off. It's 1-1. The crew has done a good job of taking care of the field here. Grass looking pretty green. That's a good sign to see here in late April. Pitch misses, 2-1. Two balls and a strike here for Colton Plankenhorn, who's 1 for 3 here in game 2. he lines this one down the third base line, and it's going to be extra bases. That'll drive in a run. Plankenhorn going for 2. The throw there not in time, and it's 21-10. And nobody out here in the top of the 7th, and one down the third base line. RBI double there for
Benitez in the hole.
Plankenhorn. So Stricker scores. Plankenhorn at second. Eli Steinmetz better, 0 for 1. Here in game 2, he walked and he was hit by a pitch, I beg your pardon, and he was stranded at third his last time up. So he's getting some extended batting practice here. As he pops this one up in the air, Spencer Kramer reads it in the infield, makes the grab, and there's one away.
Fly out to the shortstop for 1 away.
One down and runner at second at the top of the 7th for Ryder Plankenhorn. He wants to drive Big Brother home. He's 2 for 2 here in game 2. 2 singles, 2 hit by pitch, and a walk. So his first 2 plate appearances, he singled. His second 2, he was hit by pitch. So if the trend goes, he's going to walk here. 1-on-1 out, 2 runs in for Garden City in the top of the 7th, up 21-10. That curveball in for a called strike. Count is at 0-1. So Coach David Dirks get to see what kind of depth he has beyond his first 3 or 4 pitchers here today. And there's a grounder foul, and it's quickly 0-2. So he uses Emilio Contreras for the first time this year. Uses Yuli Armendariz for the first time this year in varsity competition. Of course, they could have pitched as well in some JV games. And, of course, that pitch, grounder, slow roller, picked up by the shortstop Kramer, guns it over to first to Eisenhower, and there's 2 away. That advances.
Runner out of first. Batter out of
Colton
first.
Plankenhorn at third as Ryder Plankenhorn retired for the first time.
Profit on deck. Ackerman in the hole. 2 down.
So 6-3 on the retirement for out number 2. Kramer to Eisenhower. And now we see Gio Benitez, who's 1 for 3. That one gets away. Runner does not take off for home. It's 1-0. And with an 11-run lead, might as well just save your energy. Garden City, by the way, they're going to be back home on Tuesday against Dodge City. They beat them in a single game earlier this year. As I mentioned earlier, the WAC, they play each other. They have 3-game series. It's 2 at one site, 1 at the other site. They do that with all 5 of the WAC teams.
Okay.
Oh, and that'll hit him, and that'll put Gio on board with hit by pitch at first with 2 outs for Dominic Profit, who's 1 for 5. Profit, his last time up, had a 2-run single
In the hole.
into left field. He's hit everything over the left side here today. And he comes in with 2 on and 2 out, and a 21-10 Garden City lead here in the top of the 7th. So yeah, they have 2 more with Garden City coming up on Tuesday. Dodge City does Garden City. It's only a big rivalry, a big whiff and a miss. Strike 1. They'll also have one more with Hayes next Friday on the road. Then they'll be at Great Bend for 2 on May 5th. Host Wichita West on the 8th. And they're scheduled to host TMP on Tuesday the 12th. TMP has regional first round 2 days later on the 14th. That's that new format this year. And, of course, for baseball, the state quarterfinal sites, Salina, Emporia, and I believe Overland Park are the sites for the state quarterfinals for baseball this year. And that similar format they've used for basketball this year with the first round quarterfinals at different sites. That pitch misses. It's 1-1. Softball, you have 4 different sites. You have Salina, Emporia, I believe Kansas City, and then here's a grounder. Then Topeka is also one. Over to the second baseman, Junior Mason at Eastern Heights, and under retired Dominic
Round out to the
Buffett.
second baseman for 3
And that'll
away.
retire
We're
the
to bottom
side.
7
So
for 1 2
Garden
yards.
City adds 2 more runs, and they strand 2 more base runners on 2 hits. We go to the bottom of the 7th, 21-10, Scott City trails. Back in a minute. This is Beaver baseball. Oh. Scott City the lead here. Takes a called strike the entire way, counted 0-1. So Monza's thrown 8 pitches here in this inning so far. Castaneda's big rip and a miss, and it's 0-2. So Barrett in at right field for Garden City. The junior, and the 0-2 pitch, and he towers this one, fouls it off. And it goes towering out of play. Count is at 0-2. So Scott City is going to be 7-9. They'll host Goodland on Tuesday. The following Tuesday at Southwestern Heights, and host Hugoton on the 8th. That pitch in the dirt. It's now 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes here for Pablo Castaneda. And a called strike 3 will end the ball game. And
Strike 3 called for 3 away. That'll end the
game.
Final
See,
score
21-10 Garden City wins. Sit here in 7 innings.
Drive safely.
We'll come
Garden
back with
City
your
will be
totals
at home host
in 2
Goodland
minutes. This
on
is Scott City
Tuesday.
Beaver
Softball will
Baseball.
host as well. Varsity beginning at 4 o'clock on Tuesday afternoon.
Bye.
2-minute break, please.
Thank you.
Okay.
And